Everything sports related. Breaking news, fantasy advice, score updates, weekly thoughts, and more. This is the Sports Juice Network.
What's good, YouTube? It is your boy back with the Sports Juice Network, where we sit, we talk about sports while drinking on some good old juice. Let me get it going, get a sip of that. That's pretty good juice. Juice is just right. I got this new mug right here. It says coffee makes everything possible. I don't drink coffee. I drink juice, so we need to change that title to that, right? Because this needs to be juice makes everything better, not coffee, okay? Now, without further ado, this is the NFL Weekly Juice, where I'm going to go over a slew of things that's happening in the NFL right now. Today on my agenda, I have about 6 things going on, okay? So let's hop into it. The first one up on my list is Mr. Kyler Murray, okay? If you don't know who Kyler Murray is, I actually did a video on this guy a couple weeks ago, so I'll drop the link in the description. It'll detail everything that happened, okay? Kyler Murray is the quarterback of Oklahoma, like I said, okay? He was torn between two on whether to choose baseball or football, okay? He ultimately decided to choose football, which is probably a good idea to do. Hey, the guy can play, okay? He can play. I think he's going to be great. The only thing with him is he's just too short. That's it, okay? So he came out this week saying he's fully dedicated to football in a long Twitter post. He said he was raised to play the quarterback position, and he plans on attending the Combine in March 2nd, okay? So with that being said, he actually owes the A's $1.5 million out of the $3 million that he received out of the $5 million contract that he signed, okay? So he owes them that money back, and he will be heading to the NFL. I would love to see him on the Jaguars because they have no quarterback. So that'd be a good fit for him, I think, with Doug Marrone, okay? Next on my list is probably the biggest thing that happened this week with Antonio Brown officially requesting his trade from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Everybody knows that Antonio Brown, Mr. AB, Mr. Business is booming, is not happy in Pittsburgh, okay? I think he don't like Ben Roethlisberger, if we're being honest. He's always had problems with Ben Roethlisberger. I guess it's because Ben is not really a leader, okay? He's the guy who comes out and say, my receivers could have played better, my team could have played better. He missed his assignment, but he never takes accountability for his mistakes. So I think AB is trying to get frustrated with that. So he officially put in his trade request. He wants to get out of there, okay? Now, he's going to leave Pittsburgh in a little bit of a rut, all right? And by rut, what I mean is his salary situation, okay? It says right here that he is due $2.5 million on March 17th. Now, that's a lot of money for somebody who don't plan on playing for that same team, okay? Now, if the Pittsburgh Steelers was to trade him before March 17th, the Steelers would take on a dead cap hit of, $21 and $23 million. That is a lot of money for a 30-year-old receiver, even though, you know, Mr. Tony Toe Tap, is it Tony Toe Tap? I think it's Tony Toe Tap, okay? With that, okay, so after March 17th, AB, again, he's going to be due $12.6 million. So his salary is only going to keep increasing, okay? That's how much they owe him. He's going to be due $12.6 million in 2019, $11.3 million in 2020, and $12.5 million again in 2021. That's a lot of money, man. I need some of that money right there. I tell you. Man. So, the whole thing with Antonio Brown, okay? I think this guy's going to the 49ers. I mean, it's probably the dream scenario for him. I mean, the 49ers is an up-and-coming team. They got Jimmy Garoppolo at quarterback. They have a couple good receivers in Marquise Goodwin. I think he'll be a great fit for them. They got salary cap. They can afford him. He's not, I mean, he's 30 years old. Granted, he's about to turn 31 pretty soon. But dude can still fly. He can still catch. And he's still one of the best receivers, if not the best receiver in the league, okay? All right, so next on the list is Mr. Alex Smith. If you don't know who Alex Smith is, he is the quarterback for the Washington Redskins. He suffered a gruesome, possibly career-ending injury last year in around week 11, if I'm not mistaken. He went down with a broken leg, but his leg was so far damaged that he almost lost it had the doctors not done what they did, okay? The Redskins came out and said that they're expecting him to sit out for the 2019 NFL season, which is totally understandable. From what I hear, the guy was in the hospital for 3 to 4 months. He just finally started walking again, I think, and even with that, that's just such a tough injury on a quarterback, man. I don't think he's ever going to be the same mentally, because it takes a toll. It takes a toll. But I wish him the best. Pray for a speedy recovery, and we'll see what happens. Okay. Next on the list is Mr. Demaryius Thomas, one of my longtime favorite receivers. If you watch this guy's E30 story, it's real great, man. You need to check it out on ESPN. Okay. Demaryius Thomas was cut by the Houston Texans. Why? Well, it was just a lack of production. One, the guy suffered a ruptured Achilles, so being 31 years old, being a receiver, and suffering an Achilles injury is bad, man. That's the same thing happened with Dez Bryant with New Orleans Saints, man. He suffered a torn Achilles. Can you come back from a torn Achilles? Yes, you can. Is it hard to come back from an Achilles injury? Yes, it is. It takes a long time, man. It takes a very long time. You have to trust that leg again to make cuts and do this and do that, but they ultimately let him go. I mean, they still have DeAndre Hopkins. They have Will Fuller coming back, so I think they'll be fine. I would love to see Demaryius Thomas on the team next year. Is it going to happen? I'm not sure. I mean, I still think he got a lot of football left in him, man. I think the only reason why he didn't do good with the Broncos is literally because the Broncos haven't had a quarterback since Peyton Manning. Okay? And I'm actually going to touch on the Broncos right now because they just traded for Joe Flacco from the Baltimore Ravens. I don't know if they was expecting Joe Flacco to come in and change the whole organization, but I don't necessarily think he's the guy for the job, okay? They do have Case Keenum. He really didn't do anything for him, but they went and traded and got Joe Flacco. If you don't know who Joe Flacco is, again, he is the quarterback, well, was the quarterback from the Baltimore Ravens. He lost that starting job to one of my favorite athletes, Mr. Lamar Jackson. You gotta take a sip of juice of that. Brother, come in and take a spice, man. Hey, how that juice is good, okay? So he's now with the Denver Broncos. I don't know, man. To me, I just feel like John Elway is a Hall of Fame quarterback. He's the general manager of the team. He makes all the decisions. But for some strange reason, to say he was such a good quarterback, dude cannot find a quarterback to save his team. Like, I don't understand, man. You bring in Paxton Lynch, you bring in Case Keenum, you bring in Joe Flacco. The only great quarterback he's had so far in that whole entire system was Peyton Manning. And even then, Peyton Manning was not in his prime. Peyton Manning was old. He was dealing with neck injuries. Peyton Manning, I love Peyton Manning, but let's be honest, the defense won him that championship that he won. So, I mean, it's not like a big secret or anything. So, I don't know, man. Somebody to either get John Elway out of office, or they need to show this man some quarterbacks to draft, or maybe somehow they trade up and go get Kyler Murray. I mean, why not at this point? You didn't try it. Everybody else, it didn't work. So, why not try again? Seems like you got time on time. Okay? Next on the list is Mr. Sean Lee. Mr. Injury-prone Sean Lee. One of the smartest linebackers in the league, but the man can't stay healthy to save his life. Alright? He came out and he said, hey, I don't know what the Dallas Cowboys are thinking, but I plan on being here next year. I plan on playing football. Cowboys got Jalen Smith and they got Vander Esch. I don't know how to say his real name, I'll be honest with you. I don't really be keeping up with the Cowboys like that. But they got those two great young linebackers, 21, 22, okay? These guys are young. These guys are balling this year. Now, they said it was the help thanks to Sean Lee. They said, well, I can't even talk right now. He said they helped them a lot in their preparation for the games and the film study and the practice. So, I mean, I guess it was great having Sean Lee around, even though he wasn't really playing because he was injured. To me, I think if Sean Lee's going to come back to the Dallas Cowboys, they are not going to pay him the $7 million he is due, or $7.5 million he is due. They might have to split that in half, and he's going to have to take a pay cut because, like I said, they got two great linebackers who are pretty much every down linebackers, okay? If Sean Lee wants to stay a part of that team and be linebacker depth, he's going to take a pay cut. Because I don't see the Cowboys giving him $7 million. When you have to pay DeMarcus Lawrence, you got to get ready to pay Zeke again. You got to pay Dak Prescott. Amari Cooper's contract is going to be up pretty soon. You got Cole Beasley. You don't know what he going to do. So I don't think they're going to give him $7 million. He is a little bit older, on the older side. If he stays, I expect him to take a pay cut around $3.5 million. I mean, it may not sound like much, but I mean, like, at this point, dude, your body has deteriorated over time. You're not playing on a high level. Now, he's still smart as can be. This dude can sniff out an offense easily. I think they should bring him back as a coach. He will be a great linebacker coach, or even a great defensive coordinator, because the guy is that smart, okay? Everybody on the team looks up to him. He is the team leader. So, I mean, with that being said, yeah, don't forget, please don't forget, if you're looking for sports news, sports juice, baby, go ahead and give your boy a follow on the Instagram. I try to post as much as I can for you peoples, okay? Give your boy a follow on the Instagram, okay? And don't forget to subscribe to the videos. I said subscribe to the video. You see, I ain't even talking right. Subscribe to the channel. Like the video, okay? And share the video, because I'm pretty sure people want to see this stuff, man. There's some good sports news right here. I got the sports juice ready to roll, baby, okay? That's what we doing. Good juice. Now, you're probably going to ask me this again. When is the next video coming out? You know what I'm going to tell you? I have no idea, okay? Like I said, I have no idea. I don't have a set schedule. I don't have to say anything. I'm going to get these videos out as often as possible. When sports news drop, I'm going to try to do this best. I will be covering the combine for sure, because I can't wait to see what Kyler Murray's going to look like. So you can definitely expect a video about that. I'm definitely going to talk about the Colin Kaepernick and Eric Reid situation. That's probably going to be my next video. If you haven't heard, they I guess got a little settlement going with the NFL right now. So that's a big little thing going on. Other than that, this was your Sports Weekly Juice, okay? NFL related. Just a couple of topics that I've seen that's come up that you probably have questions about. Hopefully I answered your questions. If you have more questions, go ahead and drop a comment down. I'll try to answer them, okay? With that being said, you guys have a great day, and make sure you come back for more. Thank you. See you later.
Everything sports related. Breaking news, fantasy advice, score updates, weekly thoughts, and more. This is the Sports Juice Network.